Hello my friends, it's Boomy here once again with another morning drive video for you. Hi, how y'all doing? So, why am I making this video today? I wasn't planning on actually doing a morning drive video, just because I have other stuff going up. I have a video that just went up, and I will have one going up this afternoon. So yeah, I said, well, I won't delude you people with my nonsense. But I was watching this morning some of my favorite YouTubers as I was getting ready to go to work and all that fun jazz. And something came up that really just irked me and really just whatever. And I don't want this channel, the Boomy Nation channel, to become a political channel. I don't, because so many reasons outside of that. But I will talk about things that I want to keep it essentially gaming, but I will talk about things that affect us as gamers, affect us as content creators as well. Those of us who are content creators and who do have a community that we have somehow magically found. That you people are like, you know, this idiot, I like him. I'm going to subscribe to him, become part of his community. So what I'm talking about essentially is, this is a Cliff Notes version. If you want me to go further in depth to it, let me know in the comment section below, and I will do a complete whole video about this, where I have time to do all the special stuff. But this is essentially about something called Article 13. That's going to be coming down to a vote in, I believe, June 30th in the the European Union. It's a thing that's going to happen. So essentially what this is, Cliff Notes version, is if you're a content creator, a small blogger, or a big news organization, whatnot, if you want to link a source, link someone else's content that might back up what you're trying to argue, might help with what content you're trying to create, you will be taxed. They will tax you on those links. So you would have to essentially get a license to say, yes, I can use these links. So it's like taking copyright and putting it on crack. So the whole fair use thing out there would essentially be gone. Now, as content creators, we, like for my music, I use non-copyright music behind it, just so I don't get dinged by the YouTube police, which I have before, because I didn't realize, I thought this was open source, my bad. But essentially, if a law like this passed in the United States, I would not be able to do that, because I wouldn't be able to afford whatever the tax is on using that content, because I would need permission from everyone. So, and if I was writing a blog about news and I wanted to back up my argument, I would have to use links, right? Because a smart journalist, a smart person would use links, would, tell you what their sources are, so that you don't think they're just pulling it straight out of their ass. That's a smart thing to do. However, with this new Article 13 that the EU is trying to shove down their throats, you wouldn't be able to. If you can't afford it, you can't put out links there. So some might argue that, this is, trying to combat fake news. Well, okay, you might have some argument there. There is some fake news out there in the world. I will agree to that, but I'm a big free speech person. I'm a big, like I said, I don't care if you politically oppose or we have completely different ideologies. I'll still fight for your right to speak your mind. That's me. That's how I work. That's how I operate. Stupid allergies. But this whole idea, train of thought, anyway, where was I? Oh, there I was. So, I am fervently against this Article 13 thing, because when I look at things, when I look at information, when I look at whether it's politics, whether it's history, whether it's this, that, or the other thing, whatever it is, if it's important, if it affects me, affects you guys, affects the channel, whatever, as I caveat a lot of these dovetail thingies, I want to know where it comes from, who's the source, how reliable is the source for this thing. And that's a smart thing to do, because whenever I hear sources tell us, who are the sources? Well, they can't, we're not going to tell you. It's like, listen, I understand protecting your source, but at the same time, if you can't link or tell me what the hell's going on, F off. But my other concern is, who's in charge of saying well, you're not, well, you're fake news, or you're this, that, or the other thing, and well, who's in charge of writing the algorithm? Who's in charge of doing this? What is their ideology? What is their bias? Are they biased against someone? I mean, that's my thing. To me, it's a giant slippery slope, and it's a very dangerous slippery slope, because when we have no checks and controls and balances and oversight for these type of situations. So this really affects content creators too, and the EU people, because it's a giant totalitarian power grab. It is. It's essentially controlling the internet. That's what it is. So that's just my 2 cents. Like I said, if you really want me to get in depth about this, then go ahead, put that in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts, especially those of you who are in the EU. Have you heard of this thing? I just heard of it today, and I usually keep my finger on the pulse of news, but not necessarily EU news too much. It doesn't affect me too much, but stuff like this, it affects us, because something like this, people around in our government would be like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. It's like, oh gosh, just stop. So put your comments in the comment section below. Hit that like if you like what you see here. Even if you don't, I love having conversations, so let's have a conversation. I will link, while it's free, the Article 13 stuff, and I will also link where I got this information from, and down in the section below for everyone to see. My friends, hit that subscribe button if you really like what you see here. Become part of the family of the Boomy Nation family place. And yeah, and we will see you later. I love you. Remember to be kind, and it's about community.